And we are live. What's going on, everybody? What's going on to everybody that's in the chat? What's going on? How y'all doing? It's time to just throw down and just let people know what's up. You hear that, LubeTube? I know I've got a few things that I want to get off my chest as far as you idiots are concerned with your ridiculous stances on the way that you're treating some of these people that are on this platform, the people that help build your platform, because if it wasn't for the content creators, you would not have a platform to be able to make all this money off of us, to be able to use this platform to reach people. What happened to free speech? I am joined tonight by Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. What's going on, my friend?
Well, it's good to be here. Wow, that intro is amazing. I think the guinea pig with the thick glasses was spot on. I have very thick glasses here. Yeah, it's a very
damn.
Yeah.
Eventually, as more people get assimilated, I'm going to update that and maybe add a little bit more, I don't know, special animations to it. But it was kind of a throw together at the last minute. Also with us is JJ. What's going on, JJ?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? And once again, I got to say, you put me in your intro, man. I'm humbled.
Man, it's always fun.
I know. Appreciate you having me on, man. I'm ready to talk about some serious stuff.
All right. We also have joining us from the flower department, Miss Martin Muses. What is going on, my lady?
Well, not much. Can't believe I'm up this late. It's a miracle. And I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, we are always honored to have your presence. And we also have Slasher. What is going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Short and sweet. We got Parrothead was out there in the chat.
Angel Parrothead.
And thanks for putting me in the intro too, Tom.
Of course. And we also had.
Thanks for having me.
I seen it. Oh,
of course,
man, always. Citizen 333. Oh boy, Wookie. Wookie was in the intro too. I love Wookie. Wookie's amazing. Sentinel. What's going on, Sentinel?
Hail the Sentinel.
I'm gonna have to assimilate him too. I wonder what a Guinea assimilated Judas Priest icon would look like. That could be interesting.
It would
be
awesome.
Interesting.
Awesome. I think
Jason
awesome
Lee Tucker, what's going on? Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Jason?
Hello there. Dances with Dogs. What's up, Jeremy? Collector Express. What's going on?
Keely
Chow.
Hello there. Chow.
So I want to go ahead and just jump right into it, Wes, and I want to start with you because I know that you've seen a lot of this ridiculousness, and tell everybody what is going on right now as far as YouTube and what they're doing to you.
Well, I have a new community guideline strike, so I cannot live stream. I can't even add this stream to my playlist. And basically what they said was they went back and they found the video of Trump's Bellingham, Ohio, or Bellingham, Ohio rally. And I covered that live. That's a news event. It's a former president speaking. And they said that's election misinformation. And so I said, hey, give me a timestamp. And Team YouTube said, we can't give specifics. Here's the terms of service. And I was like, okay. And so I recorded a video responding to them, and we've been going back and forth. But they've overturned these in the past. But, I just now, on August 4th, I had one of my community guideline strikes dropped off from, 3 months prior. And it's really unfortunate. We're being targeted. One of the people in YouTube said, they direct messaged me and they said, somebody flagged your previous video and that's why you got the community guideline strike. And I think YouTube is speculation. I think YouTube is starting to either purge or crack down on the white hats in YouTube that overturn those things.
And you know what? This is one of the things that drives me nuts when they actually do these kind of things. Is they sit there and they say, okay, well, you're violating our terms of service. Now you're violating them. But these news media giants that are putting these same articles and these same videos out talking about this stuff are not violating it.
They've reversed themselves many times on the authoritative sources. Yes.
It's ridiculous. All right, well, before we continue, I just want to say welcome, Maura. Glad that you could join us.
Hey,
Hello, Mo.
How's it off?
But
how's it going?
now I know you're talking about that. I mean, we probably all discussed or we've all heard about how they demonetized other YouTubers such as Fanzine.
Yes.
How they
did that to
demonetized.
Fanzine? Dang.
Yes. He was just maybe a week or so ago.
He didn't even
They did
do
it-
anything.
I
He
know.
talks about movies.
I know, and that was one of the reasons I got so pissed off about it. What's going on, Lord Runner? And
Hey,
They
Lord
probably
Runner.
do that so that way they
Ratings.
say they don't go after political stuff only.
you would think so, but no, that's not the way they're doing it. So they hit Josiah Rises, and you know what? I like Josiah Rises, but maybe in a way I could almost kind of see it, because he does really hit on the spectrum now. But even then, I mean, they started off as free speech. They started off as you can come in here and you can express yourself and meet up with other people and tell other people how you think about things, and it was all good until all of a sudden it wasn't. The minute YouTube started getting political, then all of a sudden they were shutting people down and they weren't allowing that free speech that they so touted about when they first started this platform. Absolutely ridiculous. Benzo H, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well.
Heal.
But anybody else want to drop on this before I wind up ranting too?
I want to hear the
Oh,
rant.
I'm pretty sure you covered it. I mean, I just got here, but I'm pretty sure I'm on board with everybody and anything they just said. If it involves the word YouTube being fuckhead.
I'm sure everyone
Well,
has something to say about
Well,
it.
yeah, we just started, so not much has been said. So you can say your
okay.
piece if you wish.
I got tired of YouTube shit. It did not take me long because originally I didn't even come here to get monetized. Honestly, I actually got monetized out of spite because someone told me I couldn't do it. I did. Like I'm not gonna publicly put their name out there, but most of y'all know the story. So yes, I did it out of pure spite, and I got like a $200 check from them. Well, it was a deposit, but to make some money. And I'm like, sweet, cool, all right. And they just left it on because why not? And then I got to like the $100 mark. And I'm like, oh, sweet, cool. And then like a couple of days later, I look, it's $68. It's down to $68. And I'm like, that's more than 30%. And then I looked like 2 days later, and it's down to $58. And I'm like, wait, what? And so I wrote to them like 3 times, got no answer. I'm like, you know what? I don't give a shit enough about you. So I turned off my monetization. So I'm just like, no, I'm not doing this. But I made like an announcement so people would know it was on my terms. Because I swear to God, YouTube does not make it worth the trouble.
They do make it extremely difficult for people to actually enjoy themselves anymore. It's gotten so ridiculous,
Anybody ever trying to take your man home?
That's what it kind of feels like. It
Did
does
not
really.
expect that.
you weren't supposed to.
Well, Section 230 says they're supposed to be basically not a publisher, they're putting their thumb on the scale of certain ideologies and certain YouTubers, and that's the problem.
It
is
spreads
that
like
section,
a cancer.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, yes, it is spreading like a cancer. It's not neutral. They're supposed to say, hey, unless you're breaking a law, you can put whatever you want to on here. And what they're doing is they're putting their thumb on the scale of political content and ideology and what they perceive as ideology, and it's really pretty disturbing.
Well, everything has. I mean, literally, almost everything has gotten so polarized that they can expand what they consider inciting, and go from there. And for a long time, both sides, depending on what the subject matter was, said, hey, they're a private company, they can run their business how they like. And apparently they have decided to go, you know what, you're right. And they start playing that shit.
Well, you know what, Moira? I don't really have problems so much with a company being able to run their business how they see fit. But here's my biggest issue with this. Okay, if you're going to set down rules and guidelines for everybody, you better damn well follow those damn same guidelines yourself, because they don't exactly for everybody, because
Fair.
this is one of the things they did to me. They couldn't get me anymore on subs. They were going through my comments every time somebody tried to leave a comment on one of my videos. They were going ahead and they were striking that comment before it ever hit my channel. So I would get the notification, go to click on it, and it was already gone before it even hit my damn channel. And they were doing that shit to a lot of people. They were doing it to I'm Not Creative all the time. And he constantly stops by my channel and he leaves comments and we go back and forth and we talk a lot. And they're constantly doing it to him. So they couldn't get me with that. You know, they still get me with that because they're going to get me with that regardless because they're going to attack the people that are coming into my channel. They couldn't get me on subs anymore because I finally broke free of their keeping me under 500 subs after I had over 600, you know, when my father died. I still had over 600 subs and they stripped over 160 subs away from me.
Wow.
Overnight, they stripped 160, and then every time I got over 500, they took more away, and they kept me under 500, and they kept doing it for a good 6 months. 6 months. I finally broke that. There was a couple people that actually helped me out. They were pushing me back again. You know, of course, people like Walton and Wes and everybody else that say, hey, you know, go and subscribe to them. But then I stopped on John the Entertainment Hacker stream. And he gave a big push for me, a huge push for me that pushed me well beyond 500. And then after that, Wookie was telling everybody coming to his channel, hey, you know, stop by. He even did a small video saying that you should stop by Tommy's channel. I got another push there. Then I started showing up on live streams again as my internet got a little better and everything got a little bit situated since I've been back home going through all this stuff that I brought home from my dad's house. And I started getting even more subs. Then I did my live stream on Monday and I got some more subs. So they can't get me there anymore. So then they started going backwards about two years on some of my videos, and they started age restricting them. Now everything on my
they
channel.
Did that to one of my videos from like a year ago, and I was like, what?
Yup, and
it was something
they
I
hit
already
me with
said,
that.
so 18 plus. It was
Everything on my channel.
My arm being damaged.
Everything on my channel is set to not being for kids. But they said, oh, that's not good enough. We don't like some of these videos because I guess they thought they were too risky. Of course, they never give you a reason. They give you that generic response on the emails. So they said, oh, no, we're restricting it to 18 and older. It will not be monetized. It will not be pushed in any way, shape, or form. The only people who are going to be able to see it that are people that are signed in and can verify they're 18 to what. And like, give me a break with this bullshit.
One of the videos I did it to on mine, I can kind of see why, but I had already put it at 18 plus. Well, here my arm got cut open, and we were taking the tourniquet off, and you can kind of see inside. That's kind of gruesome.
Ew.
So, like, that's
oh
fair
my God!
enough.
Look at this! Look at it, Collector Express. Yeah, they did that to me as well. They deleted 84 subscribers overnight before as well.
God.
And you're not the only person. There's been a lot of us, and I've been actually talking about it for the better part of a year that they've been doing this shit. Death by Saber. What's up,
Hello,
buddy?
dude.
Hey,
Always good to see you, man. I love that guy. He's another one. I don't have a chance to stop by and see as much of his content as I do, but some of those Sith and Jedi fish videos that he has, or the airsoft fatty videos, are absolutely hilarious. If you guys haven't, stop by and check him out, and of course, stop by and check out Wookie. They've been age restricting my private videos. See, and that's ridiculous.
How the hell?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with that shit. When they're age restricting that shit and they're saying, oh, well, you can't have that on, and they never give you a reason why, they allow bigger companies like Sports Illustrated with their swimsuit issues with models in bikinis and their asses hanging out. That's okay. That's not age restricted, but other people are. Favoritism much?
It's a more fair situation.
It's absolute bullshit with them.
Well, I think
it's not political. There's no way they can say the bikinis are political. It's rich and non-political.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ms.
Well,
Warren.
I was just going to say, and I think that goes to what you were saying earlier, is that it's the fact that the rules are not applied evenly, and they are in favor of the big corporations. It's like they invited everybody in, and we were too daggone successful, and I swear since 2016 didn't go the way they wanted it to go. They were like, we need to put a stop to this because people's voices are coming out, and they're wanting the corporations now to be the only ones with the voices. And so they're pulling this stuff right out of their butt cracks, and they're not telling people. I think that you have absolutely right. It's like, fine, you're going to restrict me, you're going to say all these things, fine. Tell me when, tell me where, and you prove it, you little jerks.
Well, in my battle with YouTube, after they gave me the strike, they said, we can't get into specifics. I was like, well,
Bullshit.
aren't specifics what are interesting? Like, yeah, we closely looked at your live stream, but we can't get into the specifics. But here's a link to the community guidelines.
That translates to,
I'm like,
it rubbed me the wrong way, but I can't figure out how to explain it. So I'm just
You'd
gonna
think there'd be at least one single specific, right? You'd think.
Yeah, you violated this term of service. This is the subject matter. Here's where you talked about. I mean, that was the thing with community guideline, or I'm sorry, copyright. You could fight those because it would be like, this is where you allegedly did the copyright, and this is what it was. And
well, I think if they explain the reason, that would be in writing, proving their bias. And they don't want to admit it outright, and so they just won't give you specifics, because then you can't. It's harder to prove. Hey, look, they specifically said because I said this.
Yep.
Well, their
And
bias
so-
is pretty
What's
obvious.
going on, Keck?
Hey,
Hey,
Keck.
Keck 44. Welcome, my friend.
But Mora, didn't they copyright one of your? I remember one of your live streams for just 1 second, one frame.
Yeah, it was I think like 2 seconds of a silent movie that is in the Commons. I was like, that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I was like, why would you copyright 2 seconds of an entire film? Who does that? Why didn't you just go for the whole movie?
Now here's another good one from Collector Express. With the analytics, I tracked the subs from one video that is performing well. I gained the 84 subs from it, then all traffic stopped, and then deleted every subscriber from that video.
Holy shit.
That's
Wow.
ridiculous. Oh, look at this. We got the author, Stephen.
Aw,
in the chat.
snap.
Hail,
What's
Steven.
going on, Stephen? The link is out there. If you want to stop in and run your mouth, you're more than welcome to do that. I love that guy. He's another one.
Steve Kenobi.
Steve. Good
Oh,
what's
morning,
up, Steve?
Man, I happen to be right where the party's at. Oh, shit.
I'm telling you. I tell you what, YouTube and their ridiculousness, though. I mean, every time they do this shit to me, this is exactly what I think.
Ooh. Damn, them fake teeth are hard. Bye-bye.
You still hit like a bitch, motherfucker.
Oh my god, what movie is that? That's funny.
what
Don't
is
be a
that?
menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Oh my god, I remember seeing the previews for that.
But they just won't stop. And here's the problem. There's so many people out there that are really sick of it, and they refuse to talk about it. And so, I mean, I think it's really up to us that just don't care, because I don't care. I'm willing to nibble at them all I can. And I want to bring it to light, and I want more people to understand what they're doing. I want more people to stand up. I'd like when I see a lot of our friends go out there on YouTube, or they go out on Twitter, and they start calling YouTube out on this shit. And they start they start hitting team YouTube, and they start telling, nah, this is bullshit. You shouldn't be doing this. And they never have answers for it, and they're getting backed into a corner. Do you guys remember? It was over a year and a half ago, at least. You all familiar with DJ Scandalous?
Yeah.
They took his whole channel down. No warning, nothing. They just took his whole channel down, and it took everybody coming together between all these different content creators and all the people that were watching his channel, going on Twitter, going on YouTube, and leaving comments, and everybody fought, and he eventually got his channel back. But it was once again, it was one of those situations where out of nowhere, they just took everything away from him without warning.
Yep.
So if we don't stand up and say something, they're going to get away with it. The minute we stand up, like any other bully, they're going to back up.
Yeah, we got to kind of lock arms and march forward, sort of.
Well, I've beaten most of the claims I've gotten and most of the strikes I've gotten. They've struck me quite a few times, and I've beaten most of them, and something has changed.
Yeah, they took your monetization away like what, 4 times?
Well, I've never been monetized, unfortunately.
Well, no, there was a couple times we were monetized, and then they cheated you and they moved the goalpost on you.
Well, they did move the goalposts. Yeah, originally it was opt in, opt out. You check the box. It's like, would you like to be monetized? Yes, no. And I had the box checked, and then they said, I've had this YouTube channel since 2012, 2013, something like that. And before it was just like opt in, opt out. And in most businesses, they'll grandfather you in if you've had a channel that long. But YouTube's like, no, we're going to go ahead and it's like 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah,
And
they
I've
did
got-
the same with me on that. 'Cause I've had this since 2013 as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
Yep. And so they're like, yeah, now you need, I have 6,000 watch hours, but I have the subs I have, which is, I think I'm
That's
like
awesome.
636
Wow.
or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am not completely familiar
Oh,
with
no.
Mr. Lundell's groovy movies.
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh,
they
that's a
took his
great
channel,
channel,
too.
man. It's
Oh my
amazing.
god, you
Took
lost
his-
everything? Holy shit.
Yes,
No
they took
way.
his channel.
That's a great channel. I love Mr. Lundell's groovy movies.
I wouldn't be
No
surprised
way.
if YouTube bought some of the rights to some of those movies just so they could fucking do it.
Oh yeah, Walton. Absolutely, what they did to Josiah Rises, and just like they did to Fanzine, and they've done to a few others, and I can't remember everybody's names off the top of my head, but there has been multiple people that have told me the same thing. They suddenly have been demonetized, like Ord's Board. There's another one that just
Ord's
suddenly got
SC reviews.
demonetized for no SC reviews. Go ahead, hit some more off if you know them, Wes.
Yeah, man. I mean, SC Reviews was a shocker because I mean, it's pop culture, and he'll opine on some things from a cultural point of view, but he won't make any claims about anything that I felt was a violation of their TOS. It's
Yeah, it's
Wait,
weird.
I'm
I
getting
just find
upset.
this whole
Lost
thing completely a
everything? He
mess.
I'm sorry, I don't know what planet I've been on. They got SC reviews?
yeah, SC Reviews has been demonetized for about 6 weeks now.
Holy moly.
Shit, man. I missed a lot while I was gone.
Did you all see Steeg's comment too? I had one of the commercials removed last week for nudity. Very
What?
weird, since I stole it from YouTube in the first place.
It's okay for them, for not for us.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Exactly. And Wookie, this is his 7th channel. I remember it like what was it,
Good
six
Lord.
Wookiees in a trench coat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wookiee supremacy.
supremacy. Yeah,
I thought he was just changing the names. I didn't know it was new accounts. Holy fuck.
yeah, yeah. Me neither.
Yeah. My gosh.
Yeah, it is the
Well, I
winds
mean,
of hell blowing. Yeah.
On the other hand, I think a person would have to be slightly. Perhaps it's imprudent to depend upon YouTube for anything. You know, I do feel for the people that are dependent on the income from them, but they have to be the shakiest employer I've ever seen in my entire life.
But unfortunately, it's
Oh,
spreading,
yeah.
though. It's going to other platforms and doing this to people as well.
Oh, I know. I mean, but
We're
that's
running
the
out of
thing
places
is,
to
though,
go.
Dude,
Yeah, I mean,
dude,
but
you
yeah,
even get
but
to like the 50,000 sub range, and usually you can make a living off of that. That's a pretty decent living, and I'm getting
yeah,
upset.
I mean, but that's been taken away. That's the whole thing. Is that
yeah, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, imagine going to work like you work just any employer, and then they just say, "Well, you violated your contract, so we're not going to pay you or pay you ever again." And it's like, "Well, what did I do?" We're not going to tell you that. I mean,
Yeah, we can't get into specifics.
yeah, we can't get into specifics, but your life will be destroyed. You're going to lose your house and all that. I mean, it's really sad because it should be in a perfect world that you should be able to depend on what is a good faith contract, which people, I guess, had assumed was the case with it, but it's really sad.
Well, you know what the funniest thing is? They sit there and they go after certain channels, and they knew what these channels were all about from the beginning, and then they're shocked. I mean, we sit down with them, we tell them what we're all about.
Very interesting. I see your hobbies are drinking, smoking weed, and all types of ill shit.
And then they get shocked, and then they want to shut us down. No, it doesn't work that way. I mean, that's the problem with companies like this. They want to sit there and they want to preach at you, but they don't even want to follow their own guidelines. Whatever happened to leading by example?
Exactly.
Well, the thing is that they're not operating in good faith.
No, they're not.
Just like the way in other political situations, I was listening to a commentator say, quit pointing out that there's a double standard. Quit pointing out, well, if they'd have done this to something that rhymes with rump, why it would never have happened, or everyone would have been having a canary. They're like, they know they're hypocrites. They're just out of the closet now. So that's the reason I think why YouTube is so bold right now, and other platforms just the same way in the politics, in the media. They're just not even bothering to hide it anymore. And sometimes I think they just get off on the fact when people actually point out you're being hypocrites, and they're like, nah, sitting around with like evil laughs because they are, and they know it, and it's very disgusting. But this is the world that we're living in right now. I mean, I had a friend write me sometime around last December. She said, "Oh my gosh, am I the only one that feels like I just jumped into a dystopian novel?" And I said, "Not at all. This is an insane world we have right now. Up is down and down is up and left is right and right is left and blaze, it's crazy."
Author Stephen Walton completely agrees with you. He says that you were on fire.
Hell,
Cass,
The world's
oh,
on fire too.
I am
Yeah.
doing good, buddy. Thank you for asking. And I'm going to hit this because Angel's always there. He's always supporting. This guy is awesome. He does such a wonderful job putting everybody's links in the chat all the time, too.
Yeah.
So,
Did you
big
assume his
super chat.
gender?
A colossal sized bag of premium carrots and premium lettuce for Tommy the guinea pig, his wife, and the guinea pig pups so they can week out of complete happiness. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Hail, Ancient One.
And Wookie says, I had the Chupacabra, the kitten rapist, Horrendo revolver, Hades puppy, and a few more.
Wow. Damn, Wookie.
What the?
I remember the Chewbacca Cabra. I remember that one.
Precious.
Everybody check out Wookie Lives Matter.
Yeah, make sure you check out Wookie. If you wouldn't mind, Ancient One, drop Wookie's link again. I can't remember who I have monetized moderated on the channel. I'm horrible at remembering that. I threw out so many wrenches because I didn't want mine anymore.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
Oh wait, you don't want your wrenches? So do I have to de-wrench you then, Tommy?
It's up to you. I mean, I will show up in chats, and if I can link, I will link. If not, if I don't have to, I'll just hang out in the chat and just have fun.
Oh yeah. Well, you were my very first wrench, and I certainly had zero expectations of it because I think at the time I had like 50 subs, and I'm like, yeah, I really need to moderate all the 3 people in there, but it was fun, and I like it. So there. You're keeping
It's funny.
your damn wrench.
I went and I timed somebody out, and Wookie's like, "No, I was having fun with them. Don't do that." And Wookie was a mod, of course. And I was like, "You're right. I shouldn't have. Damn it."
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Wookie. Nothing wrong with self-promotion.
I'm sorry to tell you, Tommy. You're keeping yours, as far as I'm concerned. You don't have to link, but I need the chat, please. Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely good at smashing trolls. I mean, that's what I was known for over on John Talk's channel.
Oh
I
my
was
just
god.
not very
I was
smart,
a
are
troll hunter.
The trolls undo themselves because they're not very smart.
They think
It's
though.
fun. Yeah, they do, and then they'll throw out terms like bigot, and they'll be like, Webster's New World Dictionary defines bigot as, and then I'll have the definition of bigot, and then they'll call me a name and block me or leave. It's funny.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
When sometimes they're bots too. That's where it gets really tricky.
Yeah.
Stupid ass. The ones that were on John Talks were insane.
Check out Stig's last comment.
Yeah, I know.
Comment.
I'm looking for him.
You just had him the other day, man. You DM that much?
I know. But things get buried in my feeds. Do you realize how many private chats that I'm in?
Yeah, I didn't notice that until Chris started spamming them one day. I'm like, what the hell?
Do you see what Wookie says? Some trolls end up with wrenches. How the flying fuck does that happen?
Oh, it happened.
I think Wookie's. I think that was a joke. Wookie's talking about himself.
Oh, never mind. Oh, okay. 'Cause I was gonna say yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Oops.
That is a good point, Citizen 333. Of course, the
You're
world's
one-
upside down. Last Jedi still has a 91% fresh rating.
What? I don't believe that. I'd have to look again. Wow.
I don't know anybody that likes it. Even people that kind of don't give a rat's rear end. They all just were like, "Why was that creepy perv in that movie?"
It's
Like,
West
Neat.
Moody Webcast, Ancient One.
Yep.
That's me.
I'm surprised you haven't been completely wiped out, actually, Wes, because, I mean, You've got good content for what you do, but
Well, I do think there are. I do think there are white hats in YouTube. You know, there is a person behind Team YouTube, or people behind Team YouTube, and there actually was an article that was greatly suppressed that talked about YouTube, the people on Team YouTube being radicalized by. So there was an article, and I wish I could find it, but basically the gist of it was that they would review our content when there was a violation, and the folks that reviewed our content were getting red pilled.
oh,
Right.
okay, so that's how you've survived. All right,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's my belief on why I've survived. Yes, because I've beaten back several strikes.
Somebody want
Holy
to take this one?
moly.
What is it?
Keely Chow.
Keely.
It's insane that we now live in a world where if you don't like what is being done to your favorite pop culture, sci-fi, fantasy franchise, you're a bigot. Well, again,
Yep.
you know, if you just look at the definition of bigot, and okay, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to look up the Webster's New World Dictionary version of bigot, and it's funny because when you actually link to the definition of bigot, okay, so here we go. All right, I'm going to share this because
Hello,
Also-
Stig.
Hi.
hey, Steve.
Steve, what's going on, man?
Just woke up.
Good morning.
Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Same
All
to
right,
you.
so here we go. Okay, bigot. I link to the definition and I say this is the definition of bigot: one who is strongly partial to one's own group, religion, race, or politics, and is intolerant of those who differ. A person who is obstinately and unreasonably wedded to a particular religious or other creed, opinion, practice, or ritual. A person who is illiberally attached to any opinion, system, or belief, party, or organization. An intolerant dogmatist. That's really the golden part right there. And so I'll say, please tell me, please explain to me, you know, I want to learn. And then that's when they'll call me a name and block me. I'm like, that's the definition of bigot. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what you called me.
All right,
It's
wait.
the complete inability to see an opinion that is different than your own, a complete inability to see a different worldview than your own.
Well,
and the-
you know,
Also, what Chaos
first part
Toy,
of this, though.
what Chaos Toy said, SJW words don't count. That's not true because SJWs also say that words equal violence, but then they also say that like not saying anything equals violence.
Well, Chaos Hoy also
They say those
redefines
two
that
same
as
fucking things.
SJW definitions don't count. They according to companies like YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and companies like that, those definitions count to them. There was a video that leaked on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure that Twitter probably scrubbed it by now. And if they hadn't, I would be shocked. There was a group of people chasing another black guy, and they shot the black guy because of his shoes, apparently. At least that's what the Twitter thread had said. And, you know, it kind of goes against their narrative, really, when you think about it, because they keep talking about, oh, well, it's all this racism stuff. Well, how can it be racist if it's the same race on the same race? But that goes against everything that they say, too. And
Well, then
usually
they
what they
change
do
the
is they
definition to power.
yeah,
Well-
but they tend to scrub those things away because they don't want people seeing that. They don't want to see that everything that they're talking about is being challenged or it's being ridiculed. You know?
Tommy, the
Full
media-
screen me, Tommy. Full screen.
Tommy,
I have
Tommy.
an important message here.
Wait, Tommy, the media still hasn't apologized for Jussie Smollett.
California's first black governor is going to be a Republican. Okay, that was it.
Yeah.
That was
That'd
it.
be a definite
That's all I
change.
wanted to say.
Well, remember, these were people
Yeah,
that said with a
I'm
straight
full-
face that President Clinton was our first black president.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
people were saying that
And they
too,
weren't
yeah.
joking.
No, they weren't joking. They were like, yeah.
Oh yeah, Toni Morrison. Yeah, that's like he likes McDonald's and he likes junk food or what was she was saying?
Dave
He likes
Chappelle.
jazz or
Dave Chappelle's saying he's
If
a weed
Clinton
smoking
had been black,
fornicator.
Lewinsky wouldn't have complained.
Dave Chappelle's exact words was Clinton was a weed smoking fornicator, and this was during Dave Chappelle's fucking stand-up. So
Raging Rider, there it is. Fuck. Yes, absolutely. Wookie, yeah, woke has attacked all facets of our society. If you're resistant to progressiveness, you are the problem. Get in line, like what you're supposed to like, and be happy about it. I mean, that pretty much sums it up too. That's exactly how they think. They want you to either fall in line, or they're going to try to squash you one way or another. Yeah, Death by Saber. It was disgusting, and the people that were black, white, Spanish all ran into one store. And the guy brought down the chain doors to protect them. Where was all the racist in that? That's something that they don't want to talk about it. Why? Because it goes against their
that's
narrative.
actually something
That was a former cop too, wasn't he?
A couple months ago, that happened with a different situation where there was a elderly.
Oh, what's up, Tim?
What's up, Tim?
Hail, Tim.
There was an elderly Asian woman who was walking down the street, and she got straight up booted in the face by this dude, and then stomped on the ground. And there was footage of the people inside the building. 2 security guards shut the gates down because it was happening on the sidewalk. The security guards shut the gates down instead of trying to do something else about that. And this woman straight up got her head stomped into the ground. So they're not really trying to do too much about any of this type of shit that goes on when they're so free about letting it happen.
Well, I think part of the problem is a lot of people in society have gotten to the point where they're afraid. A lot of people are just afraid to react and are afraid to do anything. Because, I mean, what they had those rules where if you got involved with something that had nothing to do with you, you could wind up getting in trouble too because of it.
I know I've heard of stuff like that happening. I have. That's fucked up when it does happen. It really is fucked up when it does happen. Like the type of shit where you would hear someone get the Heimlich maneuver because they were choking on food, and like their ribs would get broken, but they were saved, right? But then they would sue the person that gave them the Heimlich maneuver. Like that sort of shit.
It's ridiculous. I mean, and you're just trying to do that because they have all those Good Samaritan laws. LDG, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by.
What's up, LDG?
But yeah, I mean, that's why they had all those Good Samaritan laws.
Well, you did put this link in the randomness chat. There's a lot of different people in there.
Hello, McKean.
So LDG's one of them. So
what's up, Makani?
Yeah,
hey,
hey, Makani, what's up, man? No, but we all got our own problems with YouTube. I'm not saying mine's different than any other, but mine's on a little bit different scale. And it has nothing to do with the company. It has to do with the people. I've already had enough. I've already said this once. All this damn drama, all the drama that everybody keeps getting into, it is quite simple. If you don't like the person on the screen, don't watch. It's just like a TV station. You ain't got to cause a bunch of shit. You ain't got to open your mouths. You ain't got to try to start trouble. There's other places for you to go, other places for you to hang out. And this guilty by association ain't nothing but fucking high school bullshit. And pardon my French. I was told one time things were happening to me just because who I associated with. That's it. I'm like, no, that ain't right. It got to the point where I had to start going to people that I hung out with and knew quite regularly. I'm like, yo, we good? I had to start questioning. And it's getting rather old. If you don't like the people that's on the screen, then there's other places to go.
True.
100%.
Yeah, the drama can be tiring.
It's like you going to the movie theater. Well, I'm not a big sci-fi fan. I don't like horrors. Oh, we'll check out this comedy. Well, okay, you don't like the comedy. Walk out. Later.
What's up, LDJ?
Hey, guys.
What's up? LDG.
Hail, LDG. Welcome, my friend. Oh, whoa. We're at warp speed right now.
Of the night.
Yo, man. The glasses are weird with the eyes. Okay, choose one or the other.
One or the other. I got a C. But yeah,
See,
sorry
I've got a
for
Starfield
anybody
too.
who was trying to check us out over on the WandaVision matchup. My internet went out, so I'm so sorry, guys. But I'm back, and
If
I guess
possible,
that
thank you for stopping by. You have a good night. And I see Yvette is here too. What's up, Yvette?
Hey, Yvette.
Hey, Yvette.
Good morning.
I like saying Yvette because it just goes against what everybody else knows what to call her. I think it's hilarious. I'm a horrible guinea pig. But you know, a lot of these people, though, I mean, the problem with that is too, whether it's YouTube or whether it's people on the street that get highly offended, it's all the same thing with them. They're a bunch of damn snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you got to make sure they know where their safe spaces are.
Hey,
I have a bit of news.
Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Sorry, Steve.
Heck was that?
You know what, Jimmy Fallon?
like that.
Jimmy Fallon has been busted emailing a 15-year-old.
Ooh.
That
Wow.
person is also trying to meet someone else called Horatio.
Oh my.
So it looks like that Horatio fellow and Fallon has been trying to do the naughty with a 15-year-old.
Well, his ride's coming out of Universal Studios.
It's Hollywood for you.
They're all a bunch of pervs.
They're a bunch of freaks, man. Fuck. I mean, they always have been. Now it's still more out in the open.
Tommy, Miss Yvette would like an invite. I can get her the link if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. LDG ain't already on it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
sent her the link in the backstage.
You put it in the backstage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of those people. You can't help but lose sympathy for them because it's so ridiculous. I mean, how are you supposed to have sympathy for people that sit there and whine and cry about shit that don't even matter? That it only affects them and their small little prism and their own little small way of thinking.
Isn't that like half of YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, it is to a degree. I mean, you know what? And you could take a lot of these things like you could take anything that we've probably discussed on different channels at some point. Kale Wolf, what's going on, buddy? And you could take, I don't care if it's Star Wars, I don't care if it's Star Trek, I don't care if it's the new Masters of the Universe. Everybody's going to have their own take, and everybody's going to have a reason why they may or may not like it. And some of these people, they can't take a differing opinion, and then they feel the need to start attacking you because you have a differing opinion. I have never attacked anybody because they said they like Masters of the Universe or they like new Star Wars or they like new Star Trek. I've never attacked with them. Do I agree with them? No, because, you know, regardless of whether you want to say it or not, I grew up with those franchises, and the way I see those franchises is the way I see them. I have fond memories of them because of the way I grew up, because maybe I watched Star Trek with my father, or because my first Masters of the Universe toys were something that I got as a reward from my parents when I was out. I mean, those type of things are things that are special to somebody, whether it's me or anybody else, for their own simple reasons. Or, you know, whatever it might be that actually holds you to that franchise. Maybe there was just something about the messaging in that toy line or in the cartoon that actually called out to you. And to sit there and tell somebody else that they're wrong just because your feelings are hurt over it is ridiculous. Are we coming to an end to this? I hope so at some point, because it just seems, well, you know what? I see a lot of these people getting louder, though, LDG. And I mean, this is for anybody here, and this is for the people in the chat, too. I've watched them get louder about it. And usually every time they get louder signifies they feel that their position is being threatened and that they're on the way out the door. The PMRC did the same damn thing in the 80s. They got extremely loud right at the end when nobody wanted to hear their shit anymore, and they were on the way out the door.
Yep.
Yo, Darth Aster, what up?
Hello, Darth. What's up, Aster?
I'm hearing you, man. Well, it's getting to the point where the platform's made for those people. And that's what's really aggravating the shit out of me. The people who don't want to talk don't want to talk because they don't have a platform for them. Their voice is this. You see what I'm saying? That's why Twitter is a shitstorm, right? 90% of Twitter is either advertising or bitching.
More bitching
I don't
than
see
anything else.
regular conversations on Twitter. I would love to see a tweet when I wake up in the morning that isn't some half-naked chick or some gender-bended person or some bitching cartoon or whatever the hell. I don't see someone having a regular conversation. That's why recently I say good morning. I say tweet. I'm like, good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Somebody just talking on YouTube, on Twitter, besides bitching or advertising or other shit.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, I think, man, somebody did something on AI and AI bots, and they noticed similarities between some of the tweets that were happening. Like my daughter, you know, and the other thing we can't talk about, got ill because of the other thing we can't talk about. Everybody get the jab. It's like my daughter works and is in healthcare and got deathly sick because of the thing we can't talk about. Get the jab. Was it Tim Pool? Who was that?
That's why I turn around and I've been starting to call it the spam-demic, because that's what it is. It's constantly being spammed with this nonsense about how you need to get the jab because it's good for everybody else, and you're killing America if you don't do it. You know what? Screw you.
Tommy does puns.
I'm not killing anybody unless you walk up to my door and you try to demand that I freaking get it. Then there could be a problem. Because, you know, I have the right to defend myself and my property, and I'm not going to take that shit too kindly if you were to show up at my door with a needle in your hand. As far as I'm concerned, you're a drug pusher.
It's starting to look like the scam-demic, though.
Yeah. That's what it's turned into, because there's either a CVS or a Walgreens commercial on TV right now. They're saying, oh, we offer the jab, blah, blah, blah. It's safe. It's dependable. You know, I'm like, no, it ain't.
Well, let me put it this way. The more they sit and say, look how safe it is. Click here. It's safe. It's safe. That in itself makes me suspicious.
Well, look, Darth Astor said, I'm not getting it till you prove it won't give me a heart attack. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of people who have talked about the enlarged heart problems and everything else that have been going along with this thing. I mean, they have not done a lot of testing. Most vaccines are tested for what, like a minimum, like anywhere from 5 to 10 years?
20 years.
Yeah. How long was this tested for? How many months?
Less
than a year.
Hello, Yvette.
And the technology.
Good morning, Yvette.
Morning.
And the technology. How are you?
Big super.
How you doing?
Yeah. I think there's a reason why it was called warp speed. I mean, it was definitely at warp speed.
Well, I mean, fuck it. Let's go there. They're gonna. Here's supposedly what the plan is. They're gonna hang all of the side effects that are happening, and more importantly, what will happen. They're gonna hang all those on Trump. Is what their plan is.
Which is stupid, because it's not like he himself was actually in a lab stirring up a potion.
Well, and he was talking about hydroxychloroquine and other medicines.
I'm sorry, I just have this image now of Trump sitting around double boiling trouble.
Miss Martins, since you're going, there is something here in the chat for you.
Oh, a video. Oh, of where my face reveal. Yes, yeah. That I really am a rose that levitates in a flower pot. Yes, it's the truth. People say, "Can I have your face reveal?" It's like, well, you're seeing it right there. I really am a rose
and
that
it's
levitates.
Absolutely beautiful, Miss Martin.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not a
It's
thing
like
wrong
Poison
with it.
Ivy. My vines have a crush on you.
Moira,
No.
Moira,
Meow.
meow, baby.
No, but yeah, but,
You know what's
but
pissing me
it's a
off,
funny
too?
image, though. Well, see, that's the thing. How long can they keep going on that it's Trump's fault? I mean, gee whiz.
Well, here's a question. Has anyone heard anything about, right? So they got one virus out. Where's all the regulations for all these labs working on even more deadlier shit so the next one doesn't make it out? Not hearing a damn thing about that.
Oh,
Well, you're
that's
assuming they
because
didn't want
would
this
have
one
to
to get
admit
out.
Escape from a lab, and they can't admit that.
Well, they kind of they're like, well, it's possible it came from a lab. Even Fauci was like that, and because Fauci's emails came out.
Yeah, after a year,
man.
telling us it was
Dinosaur.
Sure, what's up,
What's
Happy
going on,
Dinosaur?
Happy Dinosaur? There's
Hail,
somebody
Happy
who's
Dino.
always upbeat.
Yeah, man. I ain't seen Happy in a while. What's up?
Well,
But,
you know what? They
that's
actually did come out, and they did say with this new strain, they did say that the vaccinations don't work against it.
What,
They
Lambda
do it anyway.
or Delta?
Delta.
Delta.
Can I say
I was just
something?
reading an article where they were saying that this new vax does not work against it.
So that's exactly the opposite of what they said when it first came out, at least
Exactly.
to me. Right?
Exactly.
Didn't they say
Can I
it
say
was
something?
okay? Yes, dear. Sorry,
Okay,
not my show.
right, no, but from Tommy, from another angle where I am, and my status as a scientist, this is not a vaccination. This is just like the flu jab. And I'm not comparing it to the flu jab. I'm just saying this is what it's going to be. Every single deviant, we got the Delta virus at the moment here in the UK that is not affecting anyone that has been vaccinated, because it's not a vaccination, it's a jab that has to be renewed on several levels through several years until it disappears. So you have to compare it to the flu jab, as in everyone has a flu jab every year with the new variants. And I'm not comparing the disease to it, but this is what's going to happen. And this is what is happening here, and it will happen there. It's worldwide. I don't care who, which is a fucking joke amongst scientists, trust me. The UN, whatever government is sprouting this, certain variants will not be covered by the jab we've had. And this is proven, it's happening, and we will have to have boosters, which is what the flu virus does every year. This is not the flu virus, but it is being treated just like the flu virus.
Been a while.
And we're going to continue this for
But
years.
my question is,
What's up, Darth? Who dropped?
well, my
LDG
question is to
dropped.
that. Why are they not reporting the flu virus now?
Well,
It's
been replaced.
About how it
Oh, it's
can disappear.
Marker on top of a marker. So like it's been overwritten.
Yeah.
They had the whiteout pen, and they put the whiteout pen over top of it to get rid of it.
It was just a whoopsie.
Like remember when you had those remember those markers you had that smelled?
Yeah.
They were that high
Wonderful.
color back in the day. So
Oh, God,
the
I
flu
love
was like
them.
one color, and now you got COVID, which is another color. Which and then you smell that, it's like it's a whole new smell. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when variants used to be like, when it comes to talking about like action figures and comic books. Like, oh, I didn't know I could get a deadly disease.
Hey, yeah, you got to get the new version. You got to get this alternate cover.
Yeah, we're gonna have updates. Pretty soon they're gonna have more updates for this virus than Windows does.
well, no, we're going to have the same results as flu every year. An update, an injection we have every year for the flu because of the variants. And this is exactly what's going to happen with COVID. We are going to have yearly, 6 monthly probably at the most, yearly updates to this. And there's no getting round it. if the world had approached this as a type of flu virus in its own right and said, you're going to be inoculated and you're going to continue being inoculated every year, I don't think there would have been that many people complaining because they're used to the flu one. The fact they claimed it was a vaccine, which is wrong, and I don't care. I'm going to say this. It's wrong. You cannot claim something as a vaccine when there are Delta variants and other variants out there that are not being covered by the so-called vaccine. It is a jab, just like the flu virus, and it's going to continue like that. And
well,
no one in their right mind would not believe otherwise.
It's a Franken jab. It's a totally different technology. It's the
yes, absolutely.
Franken yeah.
Yeah.
They're using the entire world as guinea pigs right now.
They are. The guy that invented.
As a what? As a wee.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
What's about the guinea
Tommy? Video of Dr. Fauci talking.
Awesome.
Tommy, was that pointed at me?
That was for the guinea pig comment.
well, I mean,
Jesus Christ, I hate you now.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Even the inventor of the mRNA technology, I mean, he had a lot of things to say about it. He's like, this is the largest human trial basically in history that we've had. And he said that the idea was that it's supposed to attack the spike proteins, but the spike proteins are supposed to stay attached, and like a normal vaccine, I guess the vaccine stays in the injection site, and that was supposed to be what happened with the COVID vaccine. And what happened was the spike proteins are breaking off, and then the other cells are making the spike proteins, and then they're bioaccumulating in your bone marrow and in women in their ovaries and in your lymphatic system. It's really, and then it's because of the graphene, it's penetrating the blood-brain barrier. It's a lot of scary stuff going on.
And it's so ridiculous that they're telling pregnant women they should go and get the jab too. I mean that's ridiculous.
Okay.
You know what? Hey, Curtis, what's going on? I want to say hi. I want to say hi to Curtis. Curtis is one of the guys that actually he was all for me. He says keep going with this. When I started my channel and I had hardly anybody at all subscribe to it, he was one of the people that said that I should keep going, that I could do better, and he was behind me all the way. And I always appreciate that, Curtis. At some point in the future, you're always welcome to be able to jump on one of these panels with me, buddy.
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Curtis has been around a while, like some of us.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Tommy, I want to take this opportunity to kind of bow out. It's really late, and I'm starting to fade. Thank you so much for having me on. It's very nice being on with all of you and seeing you. And I'll be listening to you as I fade off into dreamland.
Well, Miss Martin, do you want to tell the people in the chat what you got coming up and where they can find you?
Oh, why, yes. You can find me here on Miss Martin Muses, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. I've been doing a daily live stream about some opening musings. Upcoming on Saturday, it looks like we're going to be having another round of the Fellowship of the Ring. So you can see me there on my channel if you'd like to subscribe and discuss the book, The Fellowship of the Ring, as well as I pop up now and then on Tim's channel where we talk about Babylon 5, and Alora's channel, OG Star Wars, some of her Star Wars EU literature reviews.
Awesome.
Miss ya.
Make sure you subscribe to Miss Martin and give her a follow, because you never know who may wind up showing up on some of her streams or where she might pop up next.
Great. Well, thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
It was a pleasure. Be well.
Have a good night.
Bye.
478.
Now we're back to Brady Bunch.
You Okay. I am not Mrs. Brady, okay?
Ooh, boy.
Oh, well.
Today was fun.
Yeah, Curtis, I hadn't seen you in there in a while. Yeah, dude, I've gotten unsubscribed from a bunch of channels. Like, I got unsubscribed from Nick Weiser just the other day. And
Well, I mean, that all goes back to what we started this show off talking about YouTube, some of the ridiculous things. And that was one of the things that they early on that they were doing to people, unsubscribing.
You know what I've been doing? Okay, so the unsubscribing, if you is not, I'm pretty sure has something to do with when you go to a channel. So what I've been doing, every time I go to someone's video, before I leave, I refresh to see if the subscribe button pops back up. And it's been happening a lot. I know it's an extra step, but I hate getting unsubbed from somebody I like. You know, you got a lot going on. Like, how many times you get unsubbed from somebody that you don't catch until like weeks later, and you miss like 3 or 4 of their videos, you know? So I just get into a habit of just refreshing, and then boom, there's the red button, and I just re-subscribe real quick.
Well, you know what? I've actually
when you go to the video.
I've actually seen it, LDG, where, and I've talked about this numerous times, where I was on Sean Stackhouse's channel, and I was actually moderating for him at the time when I was moderating for like 60 channels or whatever it was. And I was sitting there moderating his chat. In the middle of his live stream, I was unsubscribed to his channel. I watched it happen. I was like, "What?" I told him right there on. I told him right there on the live stream. He's, "You got to be kidding me!" I was like, "No." He watched me resubscribe because he could see it right there. You know why he's live, that so and so subscribed to the channel. So, I mean, it's just some of the nonsense that YouTube does. I mean, I just don't understand why they feel this need to publish all the creators and the people that are subbing to their channels, the people that are generating profit for this engine of theirs. They want to punish them. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Well,
I actually think they don't know. I think they honestly have no clue where it's coming from. Their code is so paste and glue, you know, legacy updates and updates. There's something in there, and they don't know how to fix it, and they don't want to own up to it, or give us a tool to make sure it doesn't happen again.
What I find odd is that the unsubscriptions seem to happen while people are actually watching a live stream, or they're watching a video.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. That's why I always refresh before. That way it refreshes the button. Sometimes you'll catch it when it's right there in front of you, because it happens during the loading. I think it's during the loading of the page that they have so much protection. I think the very thing that they're trying to protect, like bots and people getting fake subs, is what's doing it. The very thing that's supposed to protect the button is causing us to get unsubbed.
Well,
I was actually talking to Red Gaze once, LDJ, and he was saying that he noticed that he would actually lose subs the minute he uploaded a new video.
I was just about to say that. I was noticing a pattern. I'd only lose subs when I live streamed or uploaded. When I had like a 3-day, like, you know, of nothing, I would not lose any subs at all. But when I upload something, 3 gone. What? There's no way that it was a cartoon video or something. There's no way I pissed 3 people off to unsub. Okay, and it was just always a pattern. Every time I uploaded or live streamed, I lost a couple, and then sometimes they come back because they realize they're unsubbed, or sometimes they don't realize, and I get them back later. And this is what I'm going to attack with Project Hercules, and it's give us a tool that we have a plugin that if YouTube doesn't want to do it, let's have a program that monitors our subscriptions and allow us to sub and desub on our terms, not on whatever the F is going on with YouTube. Because people are losing, we're only losing a couple, but people who have thousands of subscribers, they could lose up to hundreds. And people have been saying that, where they lose hundreds in like one video.
I've heard a couple of the really large channels talk about they lose a few thousand.
Yeah. Yep. And just goes to a point that we don't have a platform for ourselves. YouTube doesn't want to give us anything, and it's not just YouTube. It's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's all of them. Our platforms are not giving us anything unless it benefits them more. That goes for the subscribe button, that goes for the likes button, that goes for everything. We don't have the tool, even our own analytics, right? You think, oh, we get analytics, guys, we can like grow our channel. No. Why? Because we don't get the analytics until like 3 days later. And what they do give us is like useless. The analytics are supposed to be for us to be able to know what videos to make, what topics to cover, what key terms to use, who's watching during this time or that time at this time. But they strangle us with our own analytics and give us false information and not live, up-to-date information. If they would just give us, live information, we'd be able to like change things on the fly. But they don't even do that.
Well, I mean, there's discrepancy too between the regular YouTube. If you go on regular YouTube and you like look at your library, look at your videos, you're going to get one set of numbers. Then if you go on YouTube Creator and look, you're going to get another set of numbers. So they don't even have all that stuff streamlined. They have no clue what they're doing, number one. Yep. But they also do a lot of this stuff, I do believe, maliciously. Because like I said, I've seen it myself where they would constantly keep zapping my subs away. And for the longest time, they were keeping me back under 500. Like once they got me under, they kept hitting me every time I gained subs and put me back down. And they were doing it constantly. And I mean, I wasn't hardly even uploading anything at the time because I was still cleaning my father's house out after he had passed. So, I mean, I don't see what the excuse, I don't even see what the excuse was there.
Yep.
Well, to be honest, Tommy, and I told you this the other night, I've been unsubscribed from you. I then subscribed to you. Within 24 hours, I checked again, and they unsubscribed me again. And I messaged you and said, what the fuck? And subscribed to you again. Now, at that point, I haven't been unsubscribed from you again, thank God. But, Wes, the amount of times I've been unsubscribed from you is unbelievable.
I bet.
Yeah.
I can vouch for that. I had that happen to me the other day.
I've been following you since you were, like... So, it's annoying. Because I think he hasn't posted. That's the logical thing. And then I think, no, I should look. And then I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Walton?
In a week, I haven't been unsubscribed at least.
Well, that's good. I've got a story, Bulls Trek. I thought Bulls Trek actually stopped YouTubing.
No.
And I Gary had him on, like, one of his shows. And I was like, oh, hey, I love this guy. This guy's great. And I looked and I was like, I'd been unsubscribed and I wasn't getting any recommended videos. And I was like, what the fuck? And I did. I even DM'd Bulls Trek. I was like, dude, I thought you stopped YouTubing. I mean, I've not been getting anything. And he's like, yeah, I get hundreds of these.
He took a break, which was because he was moving. I've been on his channel. And he took a break. And then he had all these problems with people unsubscribing. I got unsubscribed from him about half a dozen times, and it was so annoying because the goat thing with Belstrick is my favourite.
I have one thing I'm going to
read. Yeah,
Mr.
Dinkles. Yeah, Professor Dinkles.
I let this sit for a little while. This was for Stieg. I know he'll be back, but a video of Stieg Kenobi transforming into a cute fuzzy squirrel with Ankh symbols and Viking symbols on his fur, where he can throw military tanks like a child throwing toys. Ancient One comes up with some of the craftiest things to put on there for those fake super chats. He's awesome.
I was actually trying to get Professor Dinkles on the live stream, and Bullostrek said, "Well, the logistics would be." He said the logistics would be a little bit difficult to get Professor Dinkles on.
Yeah, because he records them, honey. That's why.
Yeah, he probably does something like Audacity.
He does. He records them. But I have been on a live stream with Bullostrek many years ago. Oh my god, I'm so.
It's so funny to see people literally get triggered by that damn goat. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Death by Saber. I'm still sub to you, and one of the things that's kind of funny is a lot of times I don't always see everybody's videos right away, and that's another thing that YouTube likes to do. They like to hide notifications. So. And Twitter does it too, ridiculously. Like sometimes somebody will post one of their videos up on Twitter, and by the time I see it a lot of times and I'm ready to retweet it for them or like it, I'll look at the number to see how long it's been, and it'll be like sometimes up to 17 hours or more. Like, holy crap, why am I just getting this notification now? And that's another thing that YouTube has done consistently over the years. They've always screwed up that notification system. It has never been right. I mean, unless it's a channel that you are going to on a daily basis, you almost never get notified for them.
See, that's something I've never had a problem with, the unsubbing and the notifications. I randomly go through my channel list. You know, if I don't watch your stuff, I'm not going to be subbed to you, because what's the point? And I know that goes against what we're trying to accomplish, but and then notifications. I get all my notifications, plus some I ain't even got a bell rung for. I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know, I hear this all the time about people not getting notified. Oh, I just got your notifications and the stream's already over. I'm getting notifications from channels I ain't even got the bell rung on. I'm like, well, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that, but it's like they tried fixing shit and just ended up breaking more in the process.
Yep.
Yeah, I was getting subscriptions from recommendations from channels I never want to see on my homepage ever. And I was like, what the hell am I seeing this for?
Well, there was a few channels. There's a few channels, LDG, that I was subscribed to from a long time ago, and a few of them I just never unsubscribed for. I didn't go watch or shit anymore, and I just forgot about it, and they just got lost in my sub count. And I still, every once in a while, I'll get notifications for their shit, even though I don't watch their channels. And it's just absurd. And a lot of times it's these bigger YouTubers that I just don't like watching anymore. And I just never remove their subs, and yet I'll still get random notifications for them. I don't go to their channels. If I'm a dead sub on their channel, why have I not been removed if I haven't been on their channel for more than a year? It makes absolutely no sense. None.
All right, Tommy. I hate to do this to you, bro. I got a dip. Sorry, I didn't have much input on the conversation
man,
tonight.
you had your input, man. It doesn't matter how much you have to say. It's what you have to say, bro.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Yvette. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, tell everybody where they can find you and what you got coming up.
Well, I do a little bit of everything. I'm a little bit everywhere and a whole lot of nowhere. Sundays, I'm on 3 places. Chris Knight's weekly wrap up during the early evening. Later on, 8:30 Sunday evening over on Chaos Central, I'll be doing the final episode of Star Wars Bad Batch.
Don't forget tomorrow night.
No. I might be late to that because there's something else coming up. Also,
need to beat my ass.
No, that's not me. That's not me. I won one game, not even the night. One game. Tomorrow night I'll be over on Nindroid 243's channel. He's been doing a little Star Wars competition tournament.
Did you mention it? And then he shows up. What's up, Nindroid?
Hey, Nindroid.
Hey, Nindroid.
If I understood and if I seen the scheduled stream, there can only be one. It's going to be myself, Anzo Hodges of Big Afford Entertainment, Tim Possible, and Dylan's Little Hobbies, and we're going to see who's the best of the best. And that's tomorrow night. I believe it's at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then, of course, we'll be over on Chris's channel tomorrow night for Cards Against Humanity at 10-ish p.m. Eastern. I might be late, but I will be there. Sunday, like I said, I'm doing those live streams. And Monday, you'll find me right here with Tommy, as long as you'll have me for his retro discussions. And then if I'm up to it later on that evening, I'll do my live stream, which is Randomness at its Finest. Random panel, random topic situation. Come by, like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff that goes with it. Tuesday night, Big Report Entertainment and Chaos Central for the Chaos List. And sometimes you'll find me on Chris Knight's channel on Thursdays for the Rumble, either as a contestant or as a combatant, as I like to say. And sometimes I'll come in and change it up as a wild card or a mystery judge. And I saw it tonight, LDG. Dude, I was agreeing with a lot of shit you were saying. I know that's dangerous to say most of the time, but you had a lot of good points, man. You should have got it, man. I'm sorry it didn't.
That's all right. Next time.
No
worries.
It's all good. It's all good, man. You did good. But yeah, thanks, Tommy, for having me on. Wes, great to see you again. It's been a while. Stieg, always a pleasure. Moira, I'll see you later, Peaches. Slasher, brother. Batman, right?
Yep.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, brother. Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock Eastern. I do a random movie review with Slasher McSplitter. This upcoming week's movie is 1989 Michael Keaton's Batman. Great movie. I'm going to enjoy watching that shit again. Come by and check that out, see what we got to say about it. Might have some friends, may not, don't know yet. But anyway, thanks for having me on. Sorry it took so long to do this. I'm a little fried at the moment.
Not a problem. Make sure you go over and subscribe to JJ and check out everything he has going on. And he will be here on Monday because, as far as I know, I'm not booting him off for any reason at all. So it's always a pleasure to have you on, JJ. Always.
Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it, man. Y'all take care.
All right, I'll go, man.
Take it easy, buddy. So, there was one other fake super chat I'm going to get to, and then more. If you want to chime in on some stuff, I'd be more than happy to hear what you have to say.
What is going on with LDG there? What is that, man?
Just tune out.
Okay, so fake super chat, a video of guinea pigs somehow evolving and growing into what is known as guinea pig beasts, where they grow razor horns and at the size of a hippo, and they are prepared for warfare.
Ooh, I like the sound of that, Tommy.
I've actually been more preferable to the were-pig myself. The human that turns into a half werewolf, half pig. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, my Bill, what's going
Wes, I have a question for you, Wes.
Shoot.
Why have you not invited me on your channel?
I don't know. You should be on my channel. When do you want to be on?
I feel like stirring the pot.
Let's do it anytime.
I'm just asking. I don't turn up to people's channels unless I'm invited.
Anybody ever try to take your man?
I kind of suck at inviting people, and honestly,
well, you're useless.
I know. Well, some of the drama that's been happening with some of the bigger channels lately, and even some of the smaller ones, I
have no channel.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome anytime, Yvette.
Oh well, thank you.
Well, how about whatever Wednesday, provided I'm back on YouTube again. Yeah, we'll do it on Odyssey.
I'm awake. Remember, I'm in England. Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to be on.
For sure. LDG, that is highly disturbing. I don't know.
It is weird. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, Moira, it doesn't help me.
Worry.
It doesn't help me feeling the way I do.
I just do this joke every time JJ does his outro because he's got quite a scripted one there. I just was
Tommy
giving him a clue here.
Jeez, Tommy. Man, is that Wario?
Tommy,
is that what
please help me.
Old man,
it's old man. Helping with that old man. It's almost like watching a card.
You want me to get woke? I can get woke.
No.
Hold on to your seats. Here we go. We're gonna go woke.
Do not. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, damn.
What is going on?
Oh, Lord.
pretty cute as a chick, don't you think?
You actually adorable.
He's adorable like that. Wouldn't stop me.
Moira, did you have anything?
Would.
to add on to this?
Don't fucking stop me.
Because-
It's a cartoon.
Silence.
And I was proud of this.
Well done, Raz.
Now,
I was kind of
it's
curious if
horrible.
Warner had something to add because she hasn't had a chance to really say
Yeah,
nothing in a while. So.
Mara. Come on, babe.
Moira.
Yeah, I think y'all got it pretty well covered, honestly. I was going to stir the shit pot a minute ago, but I decided not to.
Uh-oh.
Did I say what you wanted to say, darling?
Oh, no. Everybody would have been like, damn, she's vapid as fuck tonight. Like, change that TikTok little soundtrack. I'm going to get vapid tonight.
Oh, Sam McCabe, what's going on?
Hello there.
Hello. What's that about? You can come on my live stream, Star Wars and Hoes. Show you.
Yay. I'm assuming he is the hoe. I'm assuming.
Yeah, thank you, Maura.
Anytime, darling.
Later, Bill.
I
like the thumbnail on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, the thumbnail's nice.
How the hell do I turn into a cartoon character? That's cool.
No, it's
It's a
not.
nice little program.
No, it's
come into
not,
the
Wes.
backstage. I can show you how I do it.
No.
Don't
Wes,
go into his
He's gonna be
backstage.
like
Wes.
Lou
Don't
Ransom
go
demand.
there,
Oh,
Wes.
yeah, my backstage. Come on. I created an offline place for us to hang out. What? It's good times. It's good times.
It's interesting, but no, Wes, don't go there.
Never have I seen
You're
a
there
man.
like 90% of the time. What are you talking about?
Have a good night, Parrot.
Parrothead.
Good night, Parrothead. Hail to you, my friend.
Later, Parrot.
Thanks for being here.
So I got one for Wes, though. Wes, next time I'm on one of your conspiracy shows, you're going to like this one.
Oh, Lord. Don't do it.
Oh, no. Jeez.
My bite's been wiped.
No.
Beat my wife.
I bite my wife.
My
yeah,
wife. I bite
I bite my wife. I bite my
My
wife.
busted wife.
Oh, man. That is disturbing. Wow.
It is.
That is so good, too. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, can you
But,
imagine?
but already you're much more coherent than he is.
Do with him on
Put
that.
the fucking donkey on.
Like, we could just ask him like presidential questions, and he could just mumble through it and start talking about Care Bears and hairy eggs.
Care Bears.
Donkey? Where's Donkey?
Oh, man.
It would be brilliant.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God, the donkey's back. Actually, I don't mind this one.
Where are my kids?
He's cute.
Yeah,
but
the
no
donkey's
voice.
not too bad. You could,
No.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He hasn't got a voice, so... Oh, no, not Kermit. Fuck you, LDG.
Dang, girl. I guess he doesn't like the flesh. Fuck.
You know I don't like puppets or Muppets. Fuck it off now.
Puppets.
Shit.
Tommy, make him fuck off.
Don't.
Tommy, please.
I was just going to get one of those giant Costco teddy bears and have my backup mic down here, and that's how I was going to do it.
I don't like dolls, puppets, or Muppets, or whatever.
Okay,
the
the teddy
fuck.
bear is not so bad, but dolls are a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, thank you, Moira.
And I have bad experience with puppets in general.
Have a good night.
Oh, night, Darth, honey. Mwah.
Good night, my friend.
I like to have fun.
Fun's
Yeah, I
good.
know you
I
like to have fun, darling. Put your nose on. I like that.
Oh, you
I'm
like my
separate.
nose, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
Dang. I feel like I should be paying $4.99 a minute to be seeing this.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Meow, meow, meow.
Sit on my face. Sit on
Oh,
my
no,
face.
no,
on
don't
there.
sing the song
Whoa.
with it.
Apparently, she doesn't even have to lie for your nose to grow, or have you lie. Damn.
I'm back.
All right.
Floppy there, LDG.
He is, isn't it?
You,
He
mi- you
is
missed,
a bit
you missed a whole
floppy.
lot, Stieg.
Well, we had an explosion.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Big explosion.
Whoa.
Yeah. Cheese
Okay,
factory.
that has my attention.
My production value seems so low right now.
Wes,
But to be fair,
trust
Wes,
me
sometimes
when I
less is
say
more.
your production is fine. It's the others that are fucked up.
Less
hell
is
right
more.
now.
Subtlety matters.
You always look
what
good
was this?
behind
What was
your
this explosion? What was this
Yeah, that's what
explosion,
I'm
Steve?
Well, the local cheese factory blew up. All that was left was debris.
Ah,
Brie! I love Brie. I'm sorry.
Did
Speak
someone say
English.
It's not just
Brie?
any brie, it's debris.
Look, I can show off now. Yay!
Love Brie.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no. Where is she? I'm behind. Yeah, hold on.
That's not
Yeah,
Brie.
There you go.
Ah, there you go.
I mean,
That Brie wasn't made for you.
That's not funny. If you're going to show real cheese, do it right.
oh, it's definitely cheesy. You know
I have a
about
bunch
that.
of quarter rolls too. Anybody like quarter rolls? Quarter rolls are cool.
What's a
Quarter
quarter
roll?
roll?
Oh, quarter rolls. Gotcha.
I'm sorry, English here. What's a quarter roll?
It's like 25 pence.
Well,
Thank you.
I was referring to Michelle Obama and her habit of carrying around quarter rolls in her
Oh
pocket.
my sweet lord.
Conspiracy?
Okay,
Odd that
so
she has the similar
Tommy?
wardrobe malfunction. Yeah.
Tommy,
Yes.
I don't know one person here. Just one.
Yeah.
Steve Kenobi, who looks like my Ewan McGregor.
Hi. Hello there.
Hello there.
Oh my.
Relax, Keck. I don't have the. This is Tommy's channel, and we don't have it.
How are you?
Quite well. I'm eating biscuits and brie.
Biscuits and brie. I love sandwiches with avocado and brie.
That's not bad.
Oh yeah, it is super sexy sandwiches.
Mm.
So where are you in the US?
I'm in Norway.
Oh, you're in Norway?
Yeah.
I know you.
Okay.
He
You're
doesn't
nearer
sound-
to me than anyone else here.
Yeah. I'm nowhere near the U.S.
Meow.
I'm in Blackpool.
Hmm.
If you've ever heard of it.
Yes, I have.
And also
The,
Dustin.
I should think so. It's the biggest tourist place in the UK.
yeah, well, I
To
follow
be
the
fair, I thought that
Premier
would have been
League
London, or is that
and
part of?
stuff, so
like-
I do know a lot of the cities.
I'm not from there. I'm from the home counties, but I live here now. So, but nice to meet you. And with the Ewan McGregor, like
Oh,
it.
likewise.
I'm a quarter Norwegian.
You're quarter Norwegian. I am 1/3 French, 1/3 Scottish, and 1/3 English. But my dad's side of the family is French, and I was sent out to France for a year to spend a year in school out there. The bastards. And yeah, I hate the French as much as anyone.
The French are assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree. Just because I have a French name doesn't make me feel any different.
Makes me think of Allo. You know the waitress Yvette.
Yvette.
Yep. Renee.
Look, you know what? Here's a problem. If you have English blood, I hate to break this news to you, but you're part French too.
I don't think any of us want to talk about that.
Actually, most guys, when I've been abroad, think I'm Swedish because I'm blonde.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
the only place that has fucking blondes.
Blue eyes, you know.
Yeah,
I
a
have
big
frequently been in Greece, Spain, Portugal, Cyprus, God knows where. And I get approached going, "Are you Swedish?" And I'm going, "Nah, mate, I'm from London." And they leg it. They fucking leg it.
It's funny that you mentioned that because my great grandmother's husband used to like kind of like tease or call my grandfather a Swede, and he would get really offended. He would get really upset.
Yeah, being called a Swede is a big insult.
Yeah, he got really pissed. I mean, like,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
almost ready to
I've
hit
got
the
the
guy.
blonde hair and blue eyes from my father. There's not a lot I can do about it. He was French. His family was French. It's very European, and it traces back to the Swedish, obviously. And I've got the Swedish look. And I can't tell you how many times I've been mistaken for Nordic in general. And they hate it when I say, nah, mate, I'm from London. And I put that on, obviously. And they leg it. What's that? Hey, Yvette, want to see Sid Kenobi go crazy? It only happens once. He's trampled into cute fuzzy. Okay, cute fuzzy squirrel. I'm thinking of Deej right now.
That's right. Don't mention the Swedes.
No.
Steve
If you're
is the
talking
same.
of 40 powers, don't mention the Germans.
You're on
Okay.
panel right now.
We also have Ancient One joining us, who's been hard at work modding in the chat. What's going on, Ancient One?
Aw. Hey, Ancient One.
Hi, Ancient One.
Hey, my friend.
Ooh, hello.
You can talk.
Hey,
to
everybody,
us.
it's Ancient One. No, I usually do that when mics are not. Oh, I heard something very faint.
So, Wes, how you been doing over on Odyssey? By the way, have you seen much growth over there? Or?
Yeah, there's pretty consistent growth. I think I'm up to 109 follows. That's what happens on Odyssey. You get follows. And yeah, I mean, I love the platform, and we've streamed together on the platform. And I honestly, I mean, if YouTube continues with what they're doing, people are going to flock over to Odyssey, because Odyssey is like YouTube was maybe like 10, 12 years ago. And there's pretty much zero censorship, so I really like that. Like
Yeah,
we've
I'm
done
liking that too.
Yeah, I did a few watch parties. I think we did a watch party of heavy metal, and we'll do Star Trek watch parties. It's fun. And copyrighted music. You can have copyrighted music. We'll just like say fuck it and do copyrighted music.
You know,
Yeah,
we need,
Odyssey
Wes,
is-
we need
Odyssey
to do.
Odyssey doesn't sit there and actually. They don't limit what you can put on there. That's the difference between Odyssey and YouTube. Where Odyssey will sit there and they will let you put almost anything. I mean, Wes even got away with putting some stuff that he shouldn't have put up there at one time.
I remember that one.
That
Yeah.
episode was the bomb, Wes.
We talking about Crusher? You talking about the Crusher?
Yeah, Beverly Crusher. We had there. So yeah, we did the porn parodies, and there was there was a scene with Beverly Crusher where you would never look at Beverly Crusher the same way again, and we couldn't show it on YouTube.
God.
And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. You'll never look at Beverly Crusher the same way. And yeah, Beverly Crusher. Yeah, it was different. Yeah,
Hot.
you won't.
Hot is the word.
I think cream is the word.
Cream? Really?
Yeah, lots of cream. Yeah.
Be well,
Okay.
Death by Saber. Thank you for
Shaken,
stopping
not
by.
stirred.
Appreciate it, brother.
Wow. Maura, help
Freedom
me.
of speech rocks when we actually have a platform that lets us do it.
It's way cool.
Testing.
Of course, LDG's over there on Odyssey as well.
I heard you,
Yes.
Ancient One. You're still a little bit low on the gain. I can hear you, but it's low.
Oh, Ancient One. Hey.
Yeah, it sounds like you're very far away.
Might want to turn the microphone. Maybe you have it backwards.
Yeah, so sometimes it depends on the mic, but
Yeah.
some
Mine's like
of
that.
them. Yeah, if you have the cardioid mode, you have to really have the mic close.
Yeah, well,
I'm starting to
that's
hear you.
because
You're
you got a
getting a little
Yeti, darling.
Yeah, and I can't adjust his mic anymore from my
Testing.
spot.
Okay,
There we
that's
go.
sounding better.
There we
Starting
go.
to hear you.
That's better.
Yeah.
Hey, how's
Wes,
everybody doing?
Wes,
All right,
what you
there we
need
go.
to
There we
do
go.
is swallow it.
Doing good, buddy.
Do
Doing
what?
good. How you doing, Ancient One?
You know.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Wrap your lips around the microphone.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Just embrace your inner Beverly Crusher. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Mm.
The good Beverly Crusher.
Which, by the way, I think we might have a new topic for this Saturday's Nerdgasm.
Oh my God. Really?
Sex in space.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You want to explain that to me before I have to do it?
Well, we'll see. We'll talk. We'll see if we can expand upon that topic, because I know there's plenty of topics we can cover with sex in
Microphones
space.
and swallowing them.
Imagine
It's even
exploring it in a scientific way.
I want to actually pull up an article because I heard that they actually experimented on this with NASA.
No,
Where there was
before
they actually had a
we
mission.
pull up any other articles, I want to. I think Ancient One had something that he wanted to add. So go ahead, Ancient One. The floor is yours.
Oh great. No, I actually forgot.
See, I put him on the spot.
DJ just joined up in the chat. No.
Yeah, I seen that.
DJ.
Hey, Scandalous. We
How's
were
it going?
talking about you earlier, buddy. We were
Oh,
talking about how
okay.
YouTube played games. How they took your channel down at one point.
Oh,
That-
that's awful.
It was. Yeah, it was pretty lame.
Serious?
So we rallied and we were able to get it restored.
So Wes, can you swallow that like I can swallow mine?
What?
Come on, boy.
DJ just wants
That's not in Wes's bag of tricks.
Oh, fuck it is.
DJ just wants to know what we walked on. What he walked on.
Come on, Wes. Take the challenge.
Yes, yes, Scandalous. Yeah, it was actually useful for
I
once.
vape, I don't smoke.
Bollocks. Yeti in the mouth.
Yikes.
No.
Anybody ever try to take your manhood?
Damn, I'm disappointed.
D-Stick Kenobi.
Yeah, mine's way. I have way too much girth with mine. This is not going to happen.
Nuts.
Damn.
So what was the article that you were talking about, LDJ?
No. I was
Storm.
saying I want to find an article because someone was telling me that NASA actually had an experiment with two people having sex in space.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying there was an article that you seen that you were going to bring up. Okay.
Yeah, no. I want to find it. I want to look it up because when I do my Nerdgasm, I like to try to have a centralized topic that we try to stay on. Usually when I do the waiting room, topics are up for whatever people want to talk about. So during Nerdgasm, I like to pick a centralized topic. And so I'm going to be looking up all the examples that we've had in sci-fi, movies, TV shows of sex in space. And then someone was telling me, well, NASA did something about that. I'm like, what? Really? So I want to see if I can find an article about that, if there is one, and something we could talk about.
Well, you know what? I want to
Have a
get
good time,
everybody's. I want to get everybody's opinion on something, and I'm just going to run down the list of everybody and ask what they think. There's two reboots coming up. One is the Munsters, and the other one is the Addams Family. I personally just don't. I don't want to see either one because, quite honestly, I'm tired of reboots. I'm tired of remakes. I would like to just see something new and something refreshing. I don't want to see the same franchises being redone over and over again because you know what? The older ones were fine the way they are. You don't necessarily have to keep remaking them. The last movie that I ever seen that was remade was the 1980s John Carpenter when he did The Thing. That was probably the last remake that I didn't have a big problem with, but all these other ones have been horrible. If you look at like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, like all
The
these
Mummy.
things, The Mummy, Psycho, all of them failed. They failed because they had multiple movies planned out and they just dropped right off a cliff because nobody wanted to see that shit. Wes, what are your thoughts on the Addams Family and the Monsters being remade again?
Man, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. I mean, immediately I go to: are they going to make? Is it going to be woke? Is it going to be bad? Yeah, don't do it. I don't. I didn't even watch the the '90s Addams Family ones. The only remake that I saw in the '90s, I think, was like another Brady Bunch movie. And they had a different take on it, where it was like an anachronism, and it was interesting the way they did the different take, because it was in the '90s, but they had there were these weirdos and with these '70s clothes and stuff, and I thought that was interesting. So
I
don't.
answered
These
your
people don't have
question in private chat, guys.
No, we'll get. I want to go around the panel first with this first set of questions. So,
well, that would definitely be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, Slasher. What are your thoughts on it?
No need to do it. Keep the money, Hollywood. Don't bother doing it.
Keep the money.
Slasher always keeps it like short and turt when it comes to stuff like that. There's no fooling around with it.
Beautiful.
Stop using $100 bills as toilet paper.
Maura, what are your thoughts?
I'm slightly reversed from Slasher on that. I say go for it. Waste your money, Hollywood. Go broke.
I would like to try it.
Yeah,
I would certainly
I
like to try it.
I could say one or the other. One that I want to see them die, and one that I would like to give them advice. Like, yeah. If I want,
they're not going to go away easily if they're not broke.
Keep the money. What I'm saying.
I'll keep my money. Shit, well, what little I got. But they can go ahead and waste their money all they damn well want.
I'm talking about them. I'm talking about them.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Steve, what are your thoughts?
I don't care. I'm happy with the old movies and all that. So I'm not gonna.
Well, that same one.
I'm probably not gonna watch the new stuff.
I'm starting to see a pattern here, and Sam. I think Sam McCabe said it. How a lot of us are feeling. It's creative bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Vet.
Well, I posted the answer for you in private chat, but personally, I think we should go for it because it's natural, and why not? Let's have some fun.
Well, I think the fluidic aspect of it could be problematic in space.
Absolutely. As I said, I posted the answer, but you know what? Hell with it. I want to try it.
It only cost you $500,000, I think. Wait, is it more than that? $500 million?
It costs a lot more than that if Disney was doing it.
Yeah, Disney.
Hey,
No.
did Disney Plus have to make Turner and Hooch reboot into a TV show? Did we really need that in our lives these days?
Slasher.
Is that necessary?
Wait, there's a fucking Turner and Hooch?
Fucking
No way.
Disney Plus TV show, Turner and Hooch.
Yeah.
LDG.
That's what the world needed.
Listen, I don't mind the reboots or the remakes as long as they don't fuck it up. But since they're fucking everything up, Mortal Kombat, Trek, Doctor Who, you name it, the list keeps going on and on. I say if they're gonna reboot it, let's take all the production companies, send them back to college, remove multiple choice question tests, right? Let them go back to school and figure out how to do a production the right way, and then we give them something simple and easy, like reboot Fraggle Rock. You can't fuck
Oh
up
my
Fraggle
God.
Rock.
Fraggle
And
Rock.
then work your way up from there. Right?
I don't know. I
didn't
think
like
they might be able
Fraggle
to
Rock.
screw
I'm
it up.
sorry. I was more of a Danger Mouse kind of guy.
I thought they actually rebooted that shit at one point. They didn't.
I would love to see a Fraggle Rock come back. I have no problem with reboots, man. I mean, my only problem is that they're screwing it up. I want to see remakes. I want to see the cartoons and shows,
My
the
problem
movies
is that
that.
they're relying it on too much. That they rely on that too much, and they bitch at everyone when they reject it. That's the problem.
Well, that's only because they're screwing it up. And when I okay, like old Star Trek, right? I mean, old Star Trek had production issues. They didn't have holograms and all the, I would like to see reboots done right with the newest technology, CGI, et cetera, but don't go woke with it. Don't go freaking, Dora the Explorer plot, just keep the roots. Don't reboot origins. A lot of times, when I have an issue with a reboot or a remake, is that they reboot the origin story. They don't keep to the same story that the original story was based on. I'm not saying you have to make the reboot, scene by scene the same thing. You don't have to do that. But keep the story based on the right story. Don't reboot the origin.
They do and they don't with those sorts of movies because every goddamn Batman movie is we're gonna see his parents get shot. Every single fucking Spider-Man movie, Uncle Ben's getting a bullet. We're gonna see it over and over again. So.
Well, they can't do Uncle Ben anymore because that's racist.
Well, yeah.
Not that Uncle
So
Ben.
Uncle Ben's going to be a cross-dresser, and
Wrong
he'll be
Uncle
in a
Ben,
bad
man.
part of town trying to score drugs. And no.
I bought Uncle Ben's rice today.
But he's not on the box anymore, right?
Yeah, he is here.
No,
Is it Pearl
No,
Million
no,
now?
They
in
haven't
the
removed it
UK,
yet.
he's here. He's
here.
different. He's different here.
Do you want to hear something weird? Okay, and this is like a cultural thing. I couldn't understand how they can drink tea in the UK because I thought tea is disgusting. And then I
Really?
saw, and then I watched the biography of Margaret Thatcher, and she poured milk in her tea, and I was like, you can put milk in tea? Well, that would make it. That would actually make it taste okay. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, I want to get back to LGG just for a moment. LDG, I understand what you're saying, that you would like to see some of these franchises brought back and everything. And one of the things that I always thought was going to be the right way is when they actually continue the story instead of actually rebooting the entire franchise.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Agreed.
we've seen them where they've tried to continue the story and then screw it up.
Example?
Wait, Tommy,
Well, as far as everything I've seen, and I won't watch it because of the trailer, because of reading the synopsis.
Example, though?
Reading the synopsis was Masters of the Universe. I cannot watch it. I tried to watch it 3 times, and every time I started to click on it, I turned it right off because I just couldn't do it. And I've seen plenty of clips from the show, and it's exactly how it plays out where the synopsis talks about, and I don't want to watch it. I'm just it is not what I want to say. So
what's one you do want to watch now, Tommy? Though that is probably the best goddamn reboot of anything.
Right there, Cobra
Not even
Kai.
a fucking movie. It's Cobra fucking Kai.
Yeah.
Right there, Citizen says it.
Anyone who wants to do successful reboots, remakes, whatever, yeah, get those people to work on it.
That right there is the model.
Absolutely. Dude, I mean, me and my brother watched Cobra Kai together, and I hate my brother.
Cobra Kai. Oh, yeah.
I think they're finding out, and I haven't watched Cobra Kai, but did Cobra Kai have an ABC plot? Like, did every episode have or did it feel like a movie?
It was like an overarching plot. Like each episode had a small subplot, but there was a big overarching plot for the entire series.
Like an ABC thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now He-Man, not so much. He-Man looks like those 5 episodes were like one long episode just chopped into pieces. And WandaVision, same thing with WandaVision.
They went like the Star Trek Discovery
Same thing
model.
with Loki.
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
And I think they got to find out that's killing us. That's one of the big things that's killing it, is that you're trying to do this movie production, chop it up into pieces, and then feed it to us. And this is a killer. because some of the things would have been half bad if they just released the whole damn thing at once.
Well,
But
there
no,
were certain
give us
shows.
a
There were
small
certain
piece of
shows
shit.
where they did that LDG, where they made it where if you watch it straight, it would almost seem like a big long movie. And I think a few of the shows that
Cobra
kind of
Kai,
did
right?
it right.
Oh, yeah, if you
Well,
binge
Cobra
watch
Kai did it. Sons of Anarchy did it initially.
Yeah.
They made it flow very well into each episode, and it felt like one long continuing story. I think they've lost their way with this stuff because, like we've said before, they've become so creatively bankrupt that they don't know how to tell a mini story that overarcs into a longer story. They've lost that ability.
It's the only one. It's the only one of anything recently that's been rebooted or remade or whatever the fuck you want to call it
They're
again.
doubling down.
It's the only thing that's worth watching of any of that sort of shit. And
Curtis,
it's a
have a
fucking
good one,
No.
buddy.
The fucking
It's
TV
like they
show.
took all the best things. Okay, it's like, because I see it like this, right? They took all the things that mattered, the things they did good, 10, 20 years ago on TV shows, and they just like said, forget it. It's almost like I feel like we're in the shows that we're watching right now. It's like these people don't know how to make, like, the last 20 years of shows never happened. Like they're trying to reinvent what a TV show is supposed to be. You know what I mean? And all the good things that we enjoyed are now off the table, and now they're experimenting, and it's like they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're back to scratch, trying to hit and miss with making these TV shows, and they're destroying stories while doing it.
And they're killing the fan base in the process.
Yes. And what they did with Doctor Who, this other thing where they say, okay, listen, we got to get, and this is Doctor Who and Discovery, and they even admitted it, that they're like, let's get away from canon. Let's get away.
Bring
Let's
up Doctor Who
reboot
with me.
the entire thing. So none of the past shows, right? Because that's the first thing everybody complains about, is that your continuity with the past shows. So how do they get around that? They destroy canon by either going 900 years in the future or making the Doctor some other alien and just completely overwriting all of history. So all the people who care about canon, you're no longer a thing now. You're irrelevant now because we just rebooted the entire damn story.
They made her non-Gallifrey. She was from another fucking planet. She was not from Gallifrey. Do not get me going on this, please.
All right, let's ask, before we go on any further, I want to ask Ancient One what he thinks about the reboot of Addams Family and the Monsters.
I love the Addams Family. They rebooting it. Fuck.
Yes, dear, that was the topic that everybody was questioning about.
Go ahead, Ancient One.
No.
I would rather watch the old stuff. Thank you very much.
Sure, sweet.
Agree.
Cry.
I think the best reboot of the Monsters
Yvonne De Carlo was the bomb. My
I
father
was actually.
lusted after her.
I will also say I was more of a Munsters guy than Addams Family guy. I like them both, but I actually prefer the Munsters. My personal choice.
What do you got, Wes? What do you got?
The best reboot of the Munsters, I think, was the Dragula video from Rob Zombie. Dragula was awesome, dude.
Have a good
It
one.
was a reboot of the Munsters, though. They had a fucking 1980s Munster show.
Yeah, well, wait,
I
wasn't
know
Fred
Tommy.
Gwynn in that
I know
too?
Tommy knows that. Tommy, you gotta know that.
Yeah.
There was a late 90s Munsters reboot. It was like either late 80s or early 90s.
Oh yeah, they had Grandpa Munster in there too, right? The actual guy
wasn't
that played
really
Grandpa
him.
Munster.
It wasn't really him. It was someone else. It was a pretender.
Didn't they have one with the actual Grandpa Munster?
Maybe as like a cameo or something, but not a single original Munsters actor.
So I want to get back again to what LDG was saying earlier. Now, he was talking about when you're rebooting these franchises or you're redoing them and bringing them back into a more current time with a new technology and everything like that, to try to keep the basis of the story intact. One of the ones I think kind of did it, and then they didn't do it, was the Transformers series, The War for Cybertron. They kept a lot of the elements from the old comics, the old cartoons, the old 1986 movie, and they incorporated some of the other stuff you've seen some of the later shows, and plus a lot of the writing was very IDW, like early IDW, I might want to add, because the new stuff with My Little Pony, I don't care what they try to claim, that's not Transformers when you're putting those two franchises together. But I think they kept the main story intact for the most part until they crash landed on Earth, and they kind of lost something there, because it wasn't no longer they're landing on the Earth where there's humans. It was like a planet pretty much devoid of anything. So, yeah, you know what? They kept most of it intact, and I think they didn't do that horrible of a job. But I think if they would have brought some more elements into there and make it feel a little bit more like the older stuff, it would have done even better. And, of course, a lot of people had a problem with the voices on that one, too. And I wasn't a huge Beast Wars guy myself, so the voices, I knew they were off because I did watch it, but I didn't go into depth of how bad they were. I knew the original characters a lot better, and I thought they came close with a lot of the original characters, but even some of them, they were completely off. But I think that they did the best they could trying to reboot that franchise, and I think they held on to a lot of the older stuff that kept a lot of the older fans interested.
I liked it. I thought that would be another example of one done well. Yeah.
I mean, there's always. Oh, I'm sorry, Ancient One. Go ahead.
I think Moriake must have lagged out or left.
Oh yeah, Mora. Yeah. It happens. Darth Haster was lagging out a bunch of times earlier, and I think that's why he kept dropping out. Sometimes his internet kind of cuts out. Not unless he felt like he couldn't get a word in edgewise. A lot of big mouths on this one.
I'm getting very nervous that LDG is going to shoot laser beams at me.
It's funny that you say that.
This is the beginning of the assimilation process. We start incorporating technology into them.
Yeah, so, it's I know exactly what you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about. Oh, my bad. All right.
LDG posing as Stigart the Avatar Squirrel, or as Tommy the Guinea Pig.
Yeah, her internet cut out. It's okay, Maura. I'm glad that you were able to hang out with us for as long as you did.
And I'm bored. Wes doesn't invite me on. Tommy, you don't invite me on.
Who do you think sent out the link? Stink bottom.
Okay, I got the link. All right, Tommy. Fair enough, Tommy. I forgive you. Wes, you're a cunt.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Complete and utter. And you should know me better than now. Do your job.
You should just feel fortunate that Wes isn't quarter rolling everybody right now.
I can't. My quarter roll ability has been taken away, so I can't.
Yeah. No, Tommy's forgiven. Wes, bastard, you know me better than that.
Well, DJ Scandalous, I think, was the first person we actually quarter rolled. So that was pretty funny.
Culture Casino invited us together. So no.
Quarter rolling Gary was priceless. So that happened on Bear Stream. I think you were on that one, weren't you, Tommy?
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
yes, I was. Walt was
like,
there too because I was busting his balls about the enemas.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I was like, anything jumping out at you there, Gary? And he's like, what's supposed to be jumping out at me? I was like, look at the woman in the white pants. And he's like, Jesus Christ.
White pants? You mean the albino with blue eyes? I am white, and then white. I can't help it.
You should have told Gary. Well, you know what? If you go there and you meet up with him, Wes, make sure to tell him to keep looking out for the quarter rolls everywhere he goes in Vegas, because you just never know.
I think that he's never gonna not look for quarter rolls after that.
Yeah, well,
It was funny because he's like, whoa. He's like, I mean, I'd heard about it. He's like, nothing would surprise me now. An alien ship could land in front of me now, and I would not be surprised.
Oh God, Steeg, you just reminded me of something with that in the private chat. That is something else that I just seen recently too. Damn, that is actually pretty good. So we were talking about reboots and remakes. Did you see that they're going to do a cartoon remake of Night of the Living Dead?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead had a very effed up ending.
Yeah, the original one? Oh,
Yeah,
great.
that's fucked up ending.
Yeah, because you didn't expect it. I mean, that's what movies used to do. You didn't know what to expect from movies.
It would have that finality though. Just so the finality of it was just, it just came out of nowhere. It just, yeah, you don't. And then movies that do kind of do that, it's like they go way too effing far with it. Like the end of the world, atomic explosion, everything dies, kind of gone too far. You know what I mean?
Like Rogue One.
Yeah.
Maybe like what was which one was the Planet of the Apes where everything blew up?
Huh?
It was the second one that Charlton Heston was in? I don't remember.
The only thing I remember is
they
the
blew
end of
the
the
world
first
up.
one where he kept saying, "You
really?
blew it up." Playmate of the Apes.
I actually didn't watch the remake of that. Just didn't have any interest in
Moira,
seeing
I'm
it.
so sorry. Sorry.
I thought it was all right. I didn't hate the remake of Planet of the Apes the way a lot of people did. The one with the Wahlberg one, the Tim Burton one.
No!
All right. I thought it was all right.
I hate monkeys.
Well, I thought it was
didn't
actually
enjoy-
kind of interesting when they did
yeah,
the
man, they ate
beginning.
people's faces off.
When they did the beginning of the Planet of the Apes, like the backstory for it, I thought that was kind of interesting. And it's like, I wish they would have stopped there, quite honestly. And it's the same thing with Rob Zombie and Halloween. I wish he would have told that story of Michael Myers in the asylum, and as he gets out, and then end. What's that, Slasher?
The Tim Burton, Marky Mark, Planet of the Apes. The
Tim
girl in that
Burton.
movie.
Please.
The girl in that movie, she was hot. I'll say that much. That was good about that movie. About it.
Monkey Girl?
No, not that. Wasn't that fucking Helena Bonham Carter?
No,
not that girl. No, not the monkey girl. I'm talking about
No.
blonde girl. In the remake, in the Tim Burton remake.
Look, Slasher, if there's any kind of interspecies thing on here, we're not judging.
No, not
Okay,
okay. Helena.
Okay, on Slasher,
I'm not
you
a fan
haven't
of
heard this story. Do you want to hear it?
about Planet of the Apes.
Or Playmate of the
About real monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Want
God.
to hear it
Oh,
or
God.
not?
Yes,
Get ready, everybody. Hold on tight.
Do you want to hear
She
this
said
story
this.
or not?
I heard it. Yes, you said it. Your African safari trip.
Yeah, you may have, Slasher.
Oh my God.
Has
It's
anyone
fucked up.
else
And,
heard it?
It's fucked up.
I was sitting in the chat when you said it.
fucked up. Are you ready? Do you want to do this, Tommy? It's your stream.
Consensus is everybody want to hear it.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Well, in 1992, I traveled to Africa, to the Serengeti. That was the first of it. Oh God, I'm gonna recall all this. Right. Okay, so I'm in the Serengeti. In the tent. We go for a safari. It's not like fucking David Attenborough here. Right? I am dressed in a white safari outfit with the hat and everything. We have what is a cover over us, but not. And I get splashed with elephant urine. My white safari outfit is ruined.
Okay, that's not the one I remember.
Yeah.
There was
Well,
the other one. The other safari.
I thought you were talking about the one with the monkeys and the yeah.
I'm getting there.
The monkey.
I'm getting there, babe.
I thought this was the monkey.
Yeah. I get back, I have lunch, and I throw myself into a shower. The shower contained what looked like a snake, so I exited the fucking tent naked, to a lot of delight of many African men with guns, and it was a giant millipede, which is dangerous, and they contain cyanide on their underbelly. So they removed it. So after that, I'm sat on my tent, feeding the vervet monkeys in the Serengeti with miniature bananas, a mummy with a baby, thinking it was cute, with a gin and tonic. And the next thing I knew, I would jump from behind, and it was the setup, and was what you would declare as being molested by several monkeys. I spent the next 6 hours in a tent being jabbed with God knows what, tetanus, etc. Went to bed at 6 p.m. It didn't stop there. I'm hearing noises at midnight, so I've got my fucking torch because the lights are turned out. I'm pointing the torch out of the little plastic window and seeing what I can only describe as a fucking monkey orgy on a log. They are doing each other like the fucking centipede, the human centipede. I have never seen
the monkeys are running a train.
like it.
Like a conga line of monkeys fucking each other.
Yeah, literally. Now, Slasher, you've heard this before from me. And
it would be it would be traumatizing to walk outside. So please,
yeah,
oh
I did not walk outside because we weren't allowed to undo our tents because there were fucking crocodiles, lions, and shit.
Not
this is
fucking
what happens in the
crocodiles.
Serengeti.
The crocodiles weren't fucking, were they? Like,
no, the crocodiles wouldn't have gone near those fucking monkeys because they were doing each other.
They weren't crocodiles fucking each other.
Oh
No, the monkeys
Jesus
were
Christ!
doing
Imagine
each
walking
other.
outside. Imagine walking outside, seeing a bunch of, like you walk outside, look at your pool, and there's like a crocodile gangbang going on. Like I don't, what do I do now? I'm just gonna burn this house down.
I'd rather have monkeys doing that than eating people's faces off, like that one monkey did.
Either way,
They weren't eating each other's faces off. They were doing each other line by line. if I
the
was
monkeys
going
are running
to
a train?
describe it was a fucking human
Yes.
centipede.
Yes,
Okay,
the monkeys
guys.
were legit.
It's a
This
monkey
is
centipede.
This
Yes.
is
You know,
what
where was
witnessed.
where was Cecil in all this? Was Cecil taking photos?
Cecil was not involved, darling,
If he
because
was,
he was far too late for this. Okay.
What's that ancient one?
if he was involved, he would be taking photos, or worse, you would be recording the whole thing, going, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
Figuring out a way that he could redo it with Planet of the Apes figures when he gets home.
Well, guys, I hate to tell you this, but women doing that is far more sexual than watching fucking monkeys doing it. Trust me, I've seen it, and it's wrong.
Well, you know what? It's a memory that you're always going to have for the rest of your life. So you have that.
Fucking tell me about it.
I can't even visualize it.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I have no problem in shooting a monkey.
Oh Jesus!
All right, hold up. You know, it'd be funny. Like I could see it now, right? Like you're in your tent and you hear some noises, and you just slightly unzipper it, and you look outside. You look outside to see what's going on, and the next thing you hear is,
Hey, with the monkeys!
I fucking wish that was possible.
Yeah.
You know what? Curtis brought something up, and you know what? Yeah, happy Friday the 13th. Happy Jason's
That's
birthday.
right. That's right. Today is Friday the 13th.
More than what I was saying.
Happy Friday the 13th. Yeah.
I'm very superstitious because I got into the two accidents that I've ever been in that destroyed my cars. Where one was on a Friday the 13th and one was right after I got new tires, and I'm getting new tires tomorrow and I'm leaving tomorrow, so I'm very superstitious about getting on the road.
I've never had a problem with Friday the 13th. See, and my problems usually evolve anywhere from 2 weeks before to 2 weeks after my birthday. That's usually when I run into big issues.
Yeah. I haven't really had any problems with my birthday. Remember, birthday was almost a month ago. I don't know.
Yeah, mine was about a month ago.
18th of June. It's my birthday.
And so
I was actually born 7 years to the date when Bruce Lee died. 7 years to the date.
And I'll be back in a sec.
I was born the day of, well, the month and day of the Trinity explosion test.
I have a sci-fi birthday. I was born on the day Kyle Reese and the Terminator arrived in 1984. May 12th.
Oh, really?
I share a birthday.
I wasn't born in 84 though, but it's
approximately 11:27 p.m.
I share a birthday with Joe Pesci. Me and Joe Pesci have the same birthday. There's my connection with everything.
I think also the first episode of Star Trek was started production filming on my birthday too.
Oh, and Tommy.
The Cage or the other one?
I think it was The Cage.
Tommy, I'm sure I told you this. My exact birthday is the day the Warriors came out in the theater.
Yep.
The Warriors come out and play.
I'll tell you what, we went out to the Coney Island area.
We tried.
Well, we couldn't get into the park itself because it was actually still shut down, and it was going to be opened. What was it, that weekend after? It was like the next weekend. It was going to be open.
It wasn't too long after you left. It was like maybe like 3 or 4 days later.
But we walked around, we checked it out. I mean, it would have been a little bit better if we could have gotten to the ride area and everything like that. But, it is what it is. But then again, a lot of the filming that they did for that movie didn't all take place right at the beach anyway. Like the whole end scene, that was actually filmed in another beach location.
It's also not like the whole movie was filmed in Coney anyway. Like they were all over the place. They were just trying to bop their way back to Coney.
Just like all the subway scenes, they were filmed all over the place.
Whoa.
No.
Nice.
My voice altering.
I need one of those.
Now he truly sounds like an ancient one.
All right, LDG, do something audio cool.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Frankenstein
myself
YouTube.
sound like a chick. Right? I'm gonna go full chick mode. Does that work? Wait, hold on.
Well, you gotta do the visuals to match the chick too. You
Yeah,
gotta be like you gotta be
Yeah,
like
alright.
Simone from with Al Pacino.
Like, oh, I thought you said.
There you go.
Hello. How you doing, boys? Does that work for you? Huh? Huh? What would you like me to do, huh?
I would like you to stop harassing that poor guy in the Star Wars shop.
Oh, I can do my favorite chick. There we go. Oh, yeah. Hey, sugar. Hey, pudding. You see my new movie?
God. I don't know what to say now.
But I think I'm gonna end this one right here. I'm actually getting kind of tired.
Here we go.
I'm actually getting pretty worn out.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Now he's a
Jesus Christmas.
Now it looks like a John. Like
What's going on, everybody?
I'm going to go around the horn, and I'm going to give everybody a chance to go ahead and plug their channels and let everybody know what they got coming up. Wes, go ahead.
I have
he looks
nothing.
like a character from Willow right now.
You can find me at youtube.com/WestMoodieWebcast and odyssey.com/WestMoodieWebcast. I have nothing happening on YouTube for probably another 6 days because YouTube has given me a strike. So, yeah, follow me on Odyssey, I guess. We'll see you there.
Send them money. Send them money. Send them money.
That's it. Yeah. Money's good. I like money.
Loads of money, man.
Slasher. Go ahead and
yeah.
let everybody know what you're up to.
I don't do anything.
Liar! Well, you got that stream coming up with JJ, right?
Yeah. Other than that, I don't do anything myself, so whatever. I'm just like fucking
whatever.
A co-host with stuff. Whatever.
Whatever.
Yep. There you go. I don't care anymore. I'm at I don't care point in my own life, so why should I give a fuck about YouTube?
Stieg, you got anything to say?
No, nothing. Well, I'm gonna be on Miss Martin Muse's channel on Saturday for the Lord of the Rings talk. Other than that, no, it's just Thursdays with OG Star Wars. Oh, and Wednesday.
Where you're talking about the EU.
Yeah, and Wednesdays on Mara Jade's channel for the cringe factor. We talk about the top 3 dumbest things that happened in pop culture, during the last week or something. Which these days is a gold mine. We have a lot left over. We only pick 3, so that's it.
Of course, Stig. Did Mara Jade ever manage to fix up her own house?
I think she's saving up money for that. Yeah, she's got a vacuum cleaner now, though.
The day we wait for the wind to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's going to be glorious.
The 5 o'clock shadow
LDG.
baby is kind of disturbing.
Hey!
Let us know when you're
John.
getting your diapers changed.
Okay. Whoa. Shit. My bad. Thanks. LDG here. How you doing? You can follow me on LDG of Geeks Enjoy. I think it's like right here. Yeah, right here. Also, you can check out my backstage. No, the backstage. It's at nerdrotica.com/backstage. Offline chat room. You can find me. I need some tech support. I can help you fix your computer. Yeah, I've been doing that for a couple of years. And follow me on Twitter at Geeks Enjoy. Yeah, and from there, we branch out. We do the waiting room, we do watch parties, open topics, and on Saturday night, we do Nerdrotica, Nerdgasm. When geeking out is a turn on, it's not porn, it's Nerdrotica. Thank you.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, there goes my sleep.
I'm having like a total recall. I'm having a total recall flashback right now.
I was thinking Willow.
You just need to have like a big guy behind you where you're popping out of the stomach. That's.
I want to just remind everybody of why we started this stream initially with me and Wes, where we were talking about the nonsense with YouTube, and you can't let this shit slide. You got to be able to call them out at every turn. Every time they're doing something wrong to your favorite content creators, every time they're doing something wrong to you when you're in the chat and you're being silent, you need to call them out. Do them any way that you possibly can. I don't care if it's on Twitter. I don't care if it's on Facebook. I don't care if it's actually on YouTube itself, commenting to YouTube support. They have to be made aware that we are tired of their shit and we're not going to put up with it. And we also got to let all these companies know when they destroy our favorite franchises that we're not going to sit idly by and listen to them destroy this shit that we care about, that we're going to stand up and say, no, we don't want your trash. One of the easiest ways to do that is when you don't agree with it, don't watch it. That's the easiest way to get to them, because when you hit them in the wallet, that's where they're going to feel it the most.
Vote with your wallet.
Yes, absolutely. I want to thank everybody here that's been on the panel, all my wonderful guests, Wes, Slasher, Ancient One, for stopping by. I really do appreciate everything you do in the chat, buddy, when you're dropping those links and helping me out on the channel. It is much appreciated. I can't thank you enough.
Tommy, because somebody has to do it.
Yep. Curtis YZ for doing the same thing, because Curtis always stops by and help. Death by Saber, Chaos Hoy, Keely Chow for stopping by. Oh God, if I tried to go through the list of everybody else that's been here, Keck 44, Citizen 333, Darth Haster, Sam McCade, all you people that came by, DJ Scandalous, I appreciate it immensely that you came by. I also want to thank Steve Kenobi for stopping by, of course, LDG Pixels. I also want to thank Moira and, of course, Yvette for also stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you all have an incredibly wonderful Friday the 13th. Until next time, later, y'all.
Yep.